Hello, friends, and welcome to Much Review About Nothing. Are you ready for the podcast? If so, say podcast.
Podcast.
Good! On this podcast, we review a movie we haven't seen through cultural osmosis and what we can find on the internet. I'm your host, Billy Greer.
And we're your co-hosts, Jake Greer
And I am Luke, 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 I am Luke Greer.
Let's don't watch a movie. I was wondering if someone's gonna do a map reference.
I was hoping Jake wouldn't because it would ruin everything.
Yeah, I'm the middleman. I transition. I'm the straight man.
The straight guy.
Yeah, I'm the straight guy, and you guys are both gay.
Okay, guys. But as what Luke did or what I did may have given it away, we are going to be doing Dora and the Lost City of Gold today on the podcast.
I thought we were doing Blue's Clues.
Doesn't Blue's Clues have a movie?
Technically, yeah. I think it was like straight to TV or a TV movie. Yeah. I remember, I think Ray Charles was like a living musical note. I can't remember. But, yeah. So anything for inspection? I don't really have anything.
Neither do I. I mean, everything's been pretty static.
I just noticed listening back to the old podcast, I sound high pitch. I sound like my mouth is full of saliva.
You do?
And I sound very loud, and I just maybe I should tone it back a little and
No,
speak a little clearer.
No toning it down.
The
Tone it
old
up.
podcast? Which one is that?
No, I meant let's speak of the old
That's
podcast.
the secret podcast.
If you donate to our Patreon, you can listen to it.
No, that doesn't exist.
I love this lore of like this dark secret podcast we had before this that we're too ashamed of. And the audience will constantly be hoping for, new info about it. But
it's not really that bad. We just watch for movies that we have seen.
It was horrible. It just didn't work at all. But yeah, other than hopefully soon, maybe in the near future,
The new future.
the near future.
Not the old future.
I like this new future.
Hopefully in the near future, we'll be buying better recording equipment. I'm looking into it, and hopefully we'll have that maybe in the next couple of months. Who knows? No promises.
Yeah, and if this is the new future, I hope we can scrounge enough around for more food rations and ammo in the wasteland.
I'm looking forward to Motorball, and Rumbleball, and Roboball.
I wonder if a robot lady will fall from the sky and chop my head off too.
A boy can dream. Okay, well, I don't have much else to say. Let's get into the trailer.
Yep.
Blue is good do into the trailer.
I think that's the wrong one, Lick. Again.
All right. That's the end of the trailer, and we're going into Nick Jr., the actual cartoon.
Hooray! We should just watch that for like an hour.
We did as
We used
children.
to, yeah.
We thought we thought it would be over, but no, it was a marathon. I watched like 6 episodes, and even as a kid, I wanted to rip my own eyes out.
We had this weird fascination with the show. It was, I don't know, that's the thing. It's such an interesting show because it has such a rigid structure. It's the most structured kids show ever. It had to be the most easiest show to write.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like there was nothing to it. Like,
I remember the giant red chicken.
Yeah. That's the thing. I wanted to bring this up. I just thought of this recently. Kind of a bombshell. Dora, she's not actually an explorer. If you think about the cartoon. I don't know if like the later seasons or lore or whatever, but she follows a map every step of the way. Explorer implies she, goes out on her own and goes into unmarked areas and finds things. But
that's true.
She's a tourist. She's like one of those dark tourists who, they want to go to kind of like cultic areas or real dangerous areas.
Yeah.
You know, so she's not an explorer. She's a dark tourist. She wanted to go like try human flesh or stuff like that.
I mean, I guess she kind of is an explorer only for herself if she's never been there before. If she's just heard of it and has a map, but she's not an adventurous explorer or anything like that. Like you said, she borders more on a tourist.
Yeah,
You know?
I thought that was, you know,
I've never thought of that.
It all came crumbling down. Like all my respect for Dora the Explorer. She's
Well,
Dora the tourist.
You know, and I in my life I've watched a lot of children's show, and really
Recently, in fact, as a grown man, it's,
yeah,
it's really
as
odd.
as a grown man.
Yeah.
No, when we just used to go hang out at our grandma's house, and you know, she had cable TV, and with our little siblings, I would watch the kids show, and there was some. I think there was one that really stuck with me. It was the Upside Down show, and that one was actually interesting, a lot more interesting than Dora would ever be. But that one was a live action thing.
Oh, what happens in that one?
Huh? It's kind of crazy.
Was
to be
literally
fair.
everything upside down? Is that the point? Or?
Well, it's just I can't even really describe the show. I'd
Okay.
say go look it up.
Oh!
I was only joking.
Something on my wall was falling off. Sorry about that.
Let me see if I can find
Cut that out and put it in the Patreon.
It's bonus material. We all freak out because something falling off my wall. But back to the movie. So I see the potential here. I've always thought that, since it is so structured and everyone knows kind of what happens in the episodes, it's that Dora is kind of rife for parody.
Yeah.
Or deconstruction.
Yeah, deconstruction. And I feel like this is kind of almost there. Like, I did really like that scene at the beginning of the trailer where as a kid, she's like, this food is delicioso. Can you say delicioso? And then her dad just looks off trying to see who she's staring at.
Yeah, that was good. I'd say that's worthy of a pro. That
Yeah.
it's a good deconstruction of that. But also, unfortunately, the comedy kind of takes a nosedive, it seems like, later on.
Yeah.
Like they ran out of their best material or didn't fully commit to the kind of deconstruction of Dora the Explorer kind of thing.
Yeah, it's almost kind of at war with itself, at least in my opinion. It's like we got to have this kind of goofy kids movie with, fart jokes and stuff like that to entertain the kids, but we also want to do, like you said, this deconstruction of the character and write a lot of humor that's directly related to the show and our knowledge of it.
This is a Nickelodeon movie, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. The executives, I bet they probably wanted to do more of a deconstruction, but the executives were like, no, Dora the Explorer is one of our beloved franchise. You can't go too far.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. I feel like they did go a little too far in some places, or at least they went weird in some places.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that. Or we can get to it now.
Yeah, we're in dynamic discussions, by the way.
Yeah.
That's part of the joke now is that we never mention it.
We never intro it until after the fact.
Yeah. The discussions are so good, we just get wrapped up. But yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into that. I was surprised how faithful they were to replicating Boots and Swiper.
They're kind of creepy.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, they do unfortunately fall into the uncanny valley.
I
just
would
a
have
little bit.
liked it if they did more of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie with or maybe a Cats with Swiper and Boots.
Oh,
yeah, definitely
no.
a Cats version of Swiper and Boots, but they're just little miniature versions of their actors with the fur and stuff.
Well, Benicio del Toro is voicing Swiper, so put his face on it. He played the guy that betrays them in The Last Jedi, the stuttery guy. That guy.
Well, is that the hacker?
Yeah, the hacker
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, he was stuttering? I thought he was doing a Hannibal impression the entire time.
He sounds like a snake. If it sounds like a snake, it's a mistake. But yeah, because what's weird about that is I appreciate how closely they're following the source material, but this is like Dora in a realistic world. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how these colorful, almost cartoonish animal characters fit into this.
I don't know. I know that Boots doesn't actually talk.
Yeah.
Except in, like, I think near the end, in her imagination. I don't... Like,
Yeah,
I can't remember
there's-
how that works. Like, in her imagination, but near the end he talks in real life. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like something happens to her where she has like this kind of dream.
Oh, everyone
trip or
does.
hallucination.
I've heard that part.
That's what I'm saying. They go a little weird sometimes.
I think it has something to do with mushrooms.
They went to a
Eat
psychedelic trip in the Dora movie. And I'm in no way, like you said, against this movie concept. I actually think it's intriguing, and it really reminds me of Tomb Raider and stuff like that. Just like a younger audience, I guess.
Yeah, that was another thing I thought was kind of funny. I go back to the explorer thing because I mean Dora doesn't have a history of raiding tombs. She's always just going to a random place to
a giant red chicken.
Yeah, let's go meet a chicken. Let's go pick a flower. Let's go to a maypole. I don't know. It's just random things. And I was wondering if to me, Dora's more like Alice in Wonderland. Like this little Hispanic girl who's into exploring ends up in this fantasy realm and is navigating it thanks to her magical utensils.
Are the bugs in there?
The bugs, oh yeah, they come out whenever they accomplish a task.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the bugs.
Yeah. Man, I did too. That came back to me.
And also, is Swiper is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? He was hanging out with them. Does he ultimately betray them? Is that a twist?
I'm wondering if they took inspiration from The Last Jedi and they cast Benicio del Toro. Because you expect him to be good, and then
they needed a thief, so they went to a casino and then they got arrested, and then found a thief in the jail.
Yeah, and it's Swiper. I already swiped the key several hours ago. I don't know why I was still in jail at this point, but whatever. That'll never be explained.
I'm seeing a lot of parallels between Dora the Explorer and The Last Jedi.
They're all probably none, except that Benicio del Toro's in it.
He's the thing that holds it together. Yeah. He's the key. If we can get Benicio del Toro working...
Benicio
del Toro. If we can get him working, then it'll all fall into place.
Yeah. We need a nickname for Benicio del Toro, because we started doing actor... Because he had Crim Zimsworth and...
just call him...
And Weedle, I think was Chiweedle Ejiofor.
Yeah.
Call him Fava Beans or Chianti.
Benny Eldor.
Benny Toro.
Benny Toro?
Yeah, Benny Toro.
Okay.
Just call him Toro.
Toro.
I like Benny
My
Toro.
neighbor Toro.
Yeah.
Lost my train of thought. What we were talking about Swiper.
Yeah, whether or not he's a good guy or bad guy, or if he's going to be neutral the entire way.
Well, I feel like he's going to betray them. Like at first, like the people they meet up with to help them, go into the jungle. They're guides. They have like a group of guides they're going with, and he's like, "This is my partner. He's the anthropomorphic fox that wears a mask,
gloves, and a belt.
He's very trustworthy." And then
I'm not insane.
Yeah, somewhere along the line. The thing what happens is her parents are explorers. They go to the temple. They get lost, and then she has to go save them. It's kind of it's sort of like it is exactly like the.
But they're apparently on a school trip.
Yeah, that was weird too.
Or maybe she was referring to that as sarcastically.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was making a joke. How Dora brought a knife on the school trip, but
no, I'm pretty sure they're on a school trip.
What if,
I don't know why it coincides with.
I don't know.
Her parents going there. Also, let's segue into the high school, because in the high school.
Well, no, I wanted to ask a question about Dora's parents. What if they didn't get lost to the jungle? What if they just got tired of her? What if they just sold her for drinking money?
You have no place in this story. You come from nothing. You're nothing.
Okay, we can't keep doing this, guys.
We have to move on.
All right, back to what I was saying. The high school. Are people just jerks in high school? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if it's quite that extreme, but yeah, high school, that's where.
I mean, I know it's bad.
It's where all the jerks blossom. But I have heard in the review from YMS, Your Movie Sucks on YouTube, he said that the best part of the film is her being a fish out of water in high school, and her, her chipper fourth wall breaking ways clashing with the real world. And then once they go on the mission to save her parents, it kind of just becomes rote, and the characters don't have much to do anymore. They just kind of react to each thing as it happens.
So in the first part of the movie, she's basically Deadpool.
I mean, she is. Dora technically is Deadpool in a way.
That is a very interesting angle. Pro Dora is Deadpool.
Dora's Deadpool.
mean, I assume that she likes, the tacos and all that.
Well, I was surprised in the trailer when she just cut a guy in half with katanas, but it's making sense now.
She has a big knife.
I know she has a big
Oh,
knife.
that's true. Yeah, she's.
So
Now this is a knife.
I mean, I'm going to be speculating a little bit. Is that how it ends? Like, Swiper betrays them. She says, "Swiper, no swiping," and he pauses, and then she slices him in half. She finds out his secret, his weakness is to say, "Swiper, no swiping," and he'll freeze.
I hope so. If that's not the ending, I'm gonna be very upset. I do want to see Dora and Swiper fight to the death.
I want to see Dora bifurcate Swiper.
He's so thin. It's easy to chop him.
I know.
So yeah, not a lot of a couple pros currently, and
I'm
not
gonna
any
say
cons.
a con is that the first part of the movie is okay, but then when they get to the forest, they kind of falls off.
That's what I mean. Even if I hadn't listened to that review, that was kind of what I got from the trailer. Like the further the trailer went on, the more I lost interest.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the jokes started getting bad
Yeah.
and very childish.
Film.
And you could have good childish jokes, but these were terrible childish jokes.
Yeah, at least how it was cut. I don't know how it is in the film, but
It's the trailer's fault.
yeah.
That's all we have. Unless you have an article we can
I
feedback
do
on.
nothing really interesting. I did look up like actual film reviews and just seemed like, not bad for what it is. You
Yeah.
know, it's okay. They like the actress. I personally never thought I would think that Dora's hot, but here we are. And she is 18. She turned 18 a couple months ago, so we're safe.
Oh, okay, good. FBI or Peter Rabbit won't be breaking
Yeah.
it.
So this article, I picked it because when I saw the headline, I was like, oh boy, what happened? And it's Eva Longoria plays Dora's mom. And the headline of this is Eva Longoria says, "We almost died filming Dora and the Lost City of Gold."
Oh,
Which
wow.
I was like, oh, what happened? And then I scrolled down, and it was just basically the fact that they were filming in Australia and there's lots of dangerous bugs. So
Oh.
you could have potentially, but I felt really ripped off and mad at Eva Longoria.
I was just thinking, well, it was like a shoot that went wrong or something, and no, it's just we're in Australia.
Yeah, which I mean, fair enough. You know, going to Australia, you could say that we almost died.
Especially to the more, I guess, less civilized areas, the more jungles
more rural
and savannas
and
and all that.
But
Are
it's
there
very
jungles
dis-
in Australia? I
Wait.
assume there was because they showed them, and that's where they were filming most of the time, right? But is there?
I don't know. I
Well,
never
the
thought about it.
Jungle's fake. I mean, there might be some. I think there's a little bit of forest.
I was just curious because
A lot of desert.
Yeah.
I know there's more desert and barren. I mean, forgive me, I don't know much about Australia.
Yeah, I just realized that my knowledge is very. I could have sworn there is because
I wish there was a way for us just to.
You know what? Let's go. We got the computer right here.
The jungles of Australia. I mean, no one ever really talks about it. They talk about like the
Well, they have
coastline.
forests, so maybe
That's
that's
what
what
I
they're
thought.
shooting in. Yeah, it's all on the edges of Australia. Welcome to our geography podcast.
Oh, we wanted to make sure that we're right,
Yes, but yeah, I was very disappointed. I was hoping to hear some, death-defying incident on the set. More sordid tales of how Hollywood is trying to kill its actors, but I don't think sending you to Australia, as dangerous as Australia can be, constitute as we almost died.
It's no Roar, I would say that.
Yeah.
Which we watched semi-recently.
Holy cow, yeah.
That one, like, cutting past all the jokes we have, that one he was actually trying to kill them.
Yeah.
feels like, but
But this time it was Hollywood. It was just a very crazy man. So yeah, there was that. And then this other article, I was curious if they had a after credit scene.
yeah.
After scene credits, yeah, it's just all the
scene
credits.
yeah, the literal credits. Because I was curious, are they setting up a franchise? And the person writing this says, this is a Yahoo article, it says, thankfully, Dora does not feature a post-credit scene, but it does follow the trend in kids' movies in credits that many parents will find even more annoying, a group dance number.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
So I was thinking that we...
Put that in a con.
Yeah, I was thinking automatic con.
Well, as long as it's not as bad as...
You blew it, Dora.
Um,
Capiche, you blew it.
Man, I can't believe I've forgotten our own joke. The dance number of...
Oh, yeah. Holmes and Watson.
yeah, dance number of Holmes and Watson, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not as bad as that, but...
They
Yeah,
don't
what...
rob you.
obviously it's negative, but what are your guys' feelings on the ending dance number?
I haven't seen it, but
Well,
I
not for this in general. The kids movies ending with a dance number. Do you think it's just like empty pandering to children just to give them some visuals, or?
I think it's padding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's anytime like B movies in the past used to do it a ton. Anytime there was just and they do it in the middle of the movie, so this is a little bit better than that, where it's at the end at least.
In B movies, which
Huh?
are you thinking of Bollywood movies?
Or Bollywood movies.
Well, for them,
where there's like dances in the middle, and it's
Yeah.
mostly just
the
eye
padding-
candy, mostly for.
Well, I don't know. In Bollywood, the dancing is integral to the movie. They're almost it's almost like musicals. Like every movie is basically a musical, and they stop for a dance number. I don't know why that is with Indian movies, but
Well, I'm talking about the ones where like, it's not really a dance number. It's more like they watch a dancer and just. dance around. That's
I know what you're.
talking
Yeah,
about. I think. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
complaining.
that's
in
right.
old
I
old black
remember,
and white
yeah,
movies.
I remember some James Bond too, where they'll be at a
Yeah.
casino. It's just a lady dancing for like 3 minutes, and everyone will clap, and then James
Yeah.
Bond will. I'm like, why do we have to watch a lady dance for 3 minutes?
I think they're two
Yeah.
separate things, but they're slightly related. Where it is just kind of padding and kind of.
Although the dance number, they usually happen at the end. I guess it's just to give. Maybe we're being too harsh because
Maybe it's a way for them to like get out of the theater.
yeah, it's just to give you something to look at while the credits are happening. So maybe, but I don't know. There's something really, I don't know, just like jangling keys, kind of, like, hey kids, you like colors and music? There you go. But I don't know. We're jaded and cynical grown men here critiquing an aspect of a children's film, but. I don't know. I'm of two minds. I understand them, but I don't know. There's something about it too that's just like, ugh, just end your movie.
Yeah, I mean, they are unnecessary. I guess that's
Yeah.
where it boils down
And
to.
two, I guess it's a way to slip in a song so you can put on your soundtrack.
Yes.
Although I will say, I'll give a pass to like Madagascar with "We Like to Move It, Move It."
Yeah.
I don't know that song. I've always loved that song, so we'll give Madagascar a pass. But everything else.
Well, it's a little bit different and it's animated, so.
Yeah,
that
I guess so. I guess maybe animated dance numbers are better.
Well, I think a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so I'd
I
say
guess.
overall, we gotta have a consensus on this. I don't know why.
Well, the
but
problem is it varies. Like
Yeah.
they vary on song quality and
Mhm.
things like that. And
Choreography.
is this a dance number before the credits or while the credits are rolling? Do you know?
It's after the credits. Let me see.
Who staged at the credits?
Oh wait, no. This is once the number is over, the credits begin.
Oh, see,
okay,
this is a dance number to end the movie and then the credits roll.
Okay, so I think we gotta have a hierarchy. So if it's an animated dance number, animated is better
But-
than live action, but dance number during the credits is better than one that you have to sit through to get to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
You don't know if it's over yet.
we're building our mathematical theorem here about ending dance
And I
numbers.
don't even know if the animated stuff is technically a dance number, is it? Like, I mean, sometimes.
Well, if the
it is.
characters are dancing and there's music,
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, then I'm thinking in Shrek, when I saw her face. So yeah, I would say animated dance numbers are infinitely better than live action.
They seem to have better music, anyways.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard the music for this one. It really hinges a lot on the music, I would say.
Yeah. And before is less good as after. Because I was thinking like Ghostbusters 2016 had a dance number. It's them
Oh, yeah,
dancing.
it did.
I felt like when they were making that movie, was it Kevin Feige or whatever No, Paul Feig. Kevin Feige's the Marvel guy. Paul Feig was just in love with his actors and just wanted to film them doing whatever. But like, this is a movie for adults, and they're like having a dance number at the end, and that got me thinking. Like, I would love to see dance numbers into film, like Apocalypse Now or like Gladiator. You get Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix dancing together, and or Schindler's List. All the.
So, are we saying that more movies do need a dance number before the credits?
I'm kind of turning around. I think if the more we'll add it to the theorem. The less appropriate the dance number is, the better it is. So
Yeah, I'm thinking Mad Max.
Yeah.
What was that real gory one?
The boy-
Maybe Sin City.
Cincinnati would be amazing.
Boy in the striped pajamas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I already said Schindler's List. I would love
Oh,
to see.
Schindler's List, The
Yeah.
Godfather, even.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we got our theorem. Animated is better than live action, and after the credits, although I'm shifting on that one. It depends. Usually, or during the credits is better than before, just for the sake of convenience.
Yeah.
But that one can depend on and then the third one is if it's less appropriate for a dance number to occur, then it's better.
Yes, way better.
And then that one, the transitive factor here is if it's less appropriate, but it happens before the credits, it gets a pass. So
Yes.
we have our theorem, folks.
Great. We have a good theorem.
Yeah.
We could post it. We could take a picture of that and post it on Twitter.
Well, it's all horrible. I want to do a
No,
better version.
we can do a better version. But...
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's enough for dynamic discussions.
All right, because
Yeah.
I've got a lot of rando reviews. There was a lot of gold to be found, I would say, with this one.
Did you find a city of gold or just gold?
Both, really. You know, I found gold inside the city of
I
gold,
see.
appropriately enough. So we'll start with Eli Moore. I don't remember if our intro rando reviews. Let's go on rando reviews. I can't remember.
Oh, we just say. Well, sometimes you forget.
Yeah.
But we don't really have a way to begin it. We have an ending thanks to Captain Larson. But
Well, we can intro. It's rando reviews. Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, so we got Eli Moore. Me and the boys went to go see it.
I forgot about that.
So this is the meme one. We piled in my carrier and drove there. 2 hours later, we got out of the theater and proceeded to eat burgers. Literally gave one of my friends depression after watching the show for many years. Another
Whoa.
literally ate 250 fries in 6 minutes because their childhood was ruined. I liked the story. The characters were nice enough. I only laughed once, though. In retrospect, we should have just watched Hobbs and Shaw. Update. I'm taking a pirated copy of this movie I got from my Mexican uncle Enrique to Area 51. This wonder needs to be spread to mankind's alien brethren. Update. A lot of people are giving me backlash about Grace's in my reviews. This is the complete and 100% truth. We were shown a version where Boots was mauled to bits and Dora met SpongeBob SquarePants.
Whoa.
And yes, one of my friends is counseling now. Please do not let your children see this film. And 21 people found this helpful.
Good grief. So, this movie, we were talking about jokingly kind of how we're hoping maybe the Dora takes out Swiper at the end, but clearly this movie is a bit more intense than we're giving it
We
credit.
needed more drama. Boots needed to die.
Yeah, which is
He was mauled,
tragic.
and then Dora met SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's kind of interesting, I guess.
Well, they were filming in Australia, right? That's where SpongeBob is.
Oh, he lives on near the Barrier Reef, right?
I think so, because weren't they in the SpongeBob movie? Weren't they near the Australia? I can't remember.
Near the Australia.
Near the
No,
Australia?
near Australia? I can't remember.
I don't either.
I could have sworn they were around that area.
So we get a special SpongeBob cameo.
Yes. Is it a pro that Boots was mauled to bits?
A pro-con.
Yeah, because it's a traumatizing movie, especially if Dora the Explorer was a part of your childhood, because you get to see this beloved character. Although, does it say he's killed or is he merely maimed?
Mauled to bits.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Anything to bits is never good. So, possibly traumatic
It builds character.
due to
You can say, this is life,
Boots.
kid. You die.
but treats audience with respect. It's not talking down to them.
Yeah, it treats respect by showing a little monkey get mauled to death.
Well, not that. Just the idea of this is the harshness of reality. You're not a kid anymore. Dora doesn't go on these whimsical adventures to find giant chickens. This is reality.
Friends die.
Our friends are
before-
murdered. You can be mauled by something. I'm not sure what gets them, but mauling is a part of life, kids.
Maybe Swiper mauls them.
That's true.
Part of the betrayal.
That would explain then why she knifes him at the end.
Yeah.
It's revenge. It turns into a revenge flick. I'm liking it. I'm liking it more and more. So pros, possible revenge flick.
One advantage to this movie, at least to the burger industry, they'll sell a lot of fries afterwards, apparently.
Yeah, they just. Well, I think you can
I like
sell
how he-
almost anything because it makes you so depressed you just want to eat of it.
I like how he counted the number of fries his friends ate. Like he's just sitting there watching. Okay, that's 152. Keep going.
I always feel bad doing something so memey, so blatantly just like.
Well, I mean, it was funny enough. All right, then we'll go on to Hamburger Man from IMDb.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Well, it wasn't intentional. He gave it an 8 out of 10, and it's titled Swiper. Every time Swiper was on screen, my heart fluttered up into the heavens above.
Oh no!
So he really likes that Swiper, I would say.
Box of shame.
My heart fluttered up into the heavens above. I love that.
It's very poetic.
So you want to put Hamburger Man in the box of shame?
That was it.
That's it. That's his review.
Well, now I
Okay.
feel insulted. He goes in there for multiple reasons now.
Hamburger Man.
One for falling in love with a fox, and one for playing with our hearts.
So, pro, if you're a furry, you'll be into this.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
Which
so
is also a con.
It caters to furries.
then we have Troupledier 9-97745, also IMDb. Questionable poster tagline. Tagline on poster says, Explorer is her middle name. However, I have only ever seen her called Dora the Explorer, so her real middle name is The. Explorer would actually be her last name.
I had that same thought when I saw the tagline.
So a bit of a correction there. Correcting the movie.
We've been lied to.
Con, they got her name wrong.
Yes. Then we have Giuseppe-72919. What is with the dash number string?
I don't know. I wonder, is this IMDb?
Yeah.
Do they give you like a stand-in name if you just want to make a quick, or if you don't want to come up with a name, you just say, give me one?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. 7 out of 10, titled Wanted to Give It Better. I know it was based off the cartoon, so in will not dwell too much, but my 6-year-old is not able to read, so having to lean over to read subtitles a lot was annoying. But like I said, based off the cartoon, good flick like Tomb Raider for kids.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider for kids.
Hey, well, I'll add that in pros.
And then last IMDb, and then our long one that I found, Pizza Princess 297. For my homegirl Dora, better than Space Jam, probably. I haven't actually seen either, but Dora got me through a dark time in my life when I didn't know how to say happy birthday in Spanish. And this is how I'm paying back the favor with a review.
You couldn't just Google how to say happy birthday in Spanish?
Well, when she was a kid, you don't think of
It
it.
was
Oh,
a very dark time.
Very dark time.
Yeah, very dark time.
Kept going to all her Spanish friends' birthdays. Couldn't say happy birthday. It was horrible.
And she has the gall to insult Space Jam
This is possibly.
and not even
But
see
she
it.
hasn't seen
I know.
either. She hasn't seen the movie
So
as well.
she's
that
chomping our
reviewing.
flavor here. She's reviewing movies without seeing them.
And I'm just sitting here. Space Jam is like Citizen Kane, okay?
It's Citizen Kane of live-action / cartoon basketball movies.
It has Michael Jordan in it. It has Larry Bird and other
That's
people
true.
whose name I forget.
And Wayne Knight, who is not a basketball player. He was in Seinfeld. So, pro, possibly better than Seinfeld.
Yes.
Pro, possibly better than Seinfeld.
Yes, possibly better than Seinfeld. Possibly better than a lot of things, really.
Boots! Where's the map, Boots? Swiper took it. Hey, Dora, I need to borrow the map real quick. Swiper, no, don't take my map.
Possibly. It's supposed to be Space Jam, but now
Now it's
so
Seinfeld.
you heard it here, folks. It's possibly better than Seinfeld.
And it makes sense, too, because Swiper is basically just Kramer.
All right, then we have Anita. It's a big budget live action Dora the Explorer movie with Dora as a teenager. Why does that sound like the most
Delicioso.
thing in the history of the universe? Oh yeah, it's Dora the Explorer. You know, the Nick Jr. show for babies? So as for the humor, it's unfunny, lazy, and childish. The characters are boring. Diego is unrecognizable. And why is this actress makeup making her look browner? The plot is uncreative and feels like it desperately wants to be Tomb Raider or Uncharted. But it can't because it's Dora. So Dora is starting high school. And it's portrayed as the same as in every other kid's movie fear of not fitting in, being the social outcast, The whole big deal high school is nothing like this. The scariest thing that could possibly happen is a school shooting. And this is Dora, so obviously that's not going to happen. And as for Boots and Swiper, ... kill them with fire. So is this appealing to fans of Dora? I fail to see why there would be any, but there are several messed up scenes, including Dora singing a poop song while digging a pooping hole. There's scorpions banging on one of the forgettable characters' heads. You did hear right. And there's also a
Wait, having sex on scorpions having sex on his head? What?
I don't know. I'm assuming hitting him.
Oh, but then why would he have brought that up? But
or maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell.
I don't want to. No, let's not go into that.
I didn't expect the scorpion sex scene in this kids movie.
I don't know. All right.
Mommy, what are the scorpions doing?
The wrestling.
You did hear right, apparently. And there's also a scene where a puff of smoke from a flower causes our characters to take a drug trip.
It was okay. It wasn't a mushroom. It was a flower.
And we see them as characters from the cartoon and Backpack and the map turn out to be drug-filled hallucinations. Because isn't that what you always wanted from Dora the Explorer? All I wanted was to never be exposed to it again. Oh, and also Boots ends up talking to Dora near the end of the movie, and he's voiced by Danny Trejo.
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much did they pay him to waste his time on this project? And he's also telling Dora about puberty. You heard right again. This is starting to sound like ideas for a Robot Chicken sketch. Now I am 1,000% sure that the people behind Nickelodeon were dropped. They can't think of anything someone outside the single-digit age group would enjoy because they still have the minds of kids with single-digit ages. Think about it. They marketed After Earth, the Last Airbender live-action movie, and now they actually chose to market this movie. Man, that was hard to read.
This person was very upset about this movie.
But
it's just the Dora the Explorer movie.
Ironically, everything he said just made me more interested in the movie. Okay, so the cliche nature of the high school, subplot. Okay, that's a con. Cliche like fitting in worries and that classic thing. Cliche high school.
How do we feel about the poop song while digging a pooping hole?
I don't know.
Let's just leave it at that.
I feel like that one's like supposed to be. It's intentionally like making fun of like how Dora sings songs and like.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's taking something real crass and crude and
I have a question. Where's the blue cow?
I know it'll be in the sequel.
So
you gotta save stuff for the sequel.
I am upset.
Just to
I like the blue cow as a kid.
looking over it, there's only one period at the very end.
Oh, so
There's
it's all run
commas
on.
the entire time throughout.
Oh my
So it's
goodness.
all technically one long sentence.
It was like James Joyce wrote this.
And
or
also,
something.
there was a couple of misspellings. Like when they said "hole," it was HOLE.
So yeah, I love the way they cast like people you wouldn't expect to voice the characters, like Benicio, Benny Toro, My Neighbor Toro, and Danny
Trejo.
Cragface Trejo. I don't know, and Danny Trejo. I couldn't come up with a nickname.
I still don't understand about the scorpion thing, but I don't know if I want to know.
It seemed like the way he was saying it seemed like the scorpions get it on top of someone's head.
It just seems so out of place that I wouldn't even think about it.
But I'm only going by what he's saying. It doesn't make sense for him to say, like, they were banging on his head. You heard that right,
Yeah, let me honestly, I haven't even really checked out the parental guide for this. Let me see.
Scorpion lovemaking.
Okay, so
Love.
I'll do interesting casting, and maybe just kind of a grab bag of like weird elements.
I feel like the drug-filled trip could be quite interesting, especially for like the gags and stuff.
Or I like the concept of them utilizing the cartoon in some way, finding a way to kind of reference it and work it into the story. So yeah, it's a very useful review. Gave us a window into the movie. Although I don't know if we should maybe Cod's scorpion love scene.
It's not in the IMDb parents guide, which I feel like that'd be on there.
Well, I'm just gonna take him at face value. So pro con scorpion love scene. On one hand, I got to give it to the filmmakers for, being brave and putting these strange David Lynchian concepts into this ostensibly what is a children's film. But also, I don't really want to see this either. I do and I don't.
Nope, it's right. There's a review. It says.
Okay, you heard it here, folks.
Whoa, that's
are
spicy.
you an insectophile?
Two scorpions
or arachnophile, rather?
apparently engage in some sort of mating activity on top of someone's head.
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
really weird and should really go in the cons, definitely.
I put it in the pro cons.
Okay.
Because you might be into that. We don't want to judge.
I guess.
Well, no, I'm judging you, but I applaud the filmmakers for taking these weird little detours and
It just sounded like
really putting it out there.
I don't think they wanted to make this movie, to be honest. I think they spent most of the time drunk, and it was like, let's just have the scorpions have sex on his head or whatever. I don't care.
They were on their own drug-filled trip.
Well, I'm 4 years of film school, and we're gonna Dora the Explorer live action.
That's the end of Render Reviews. Remember, reviews change lives.
Yes. On to facts and follies. Starting with the facts. Weeks before the film's release, a pair of red boots were digitally applied to boots after it was found he wasn't wearing any. So,
But he's already digital, isn't he?
yeah, that's why they added another layer.
It just seems kind of like a weird way to put that.
Well, they was digitally added because
Well, that's true.
in the computer. So I gotta give them credit for most people have been like, forget it, it's too late. But they want to be true to the character. Otherwise, his name wouldn't have made any sense. So it's good they did that. I thought it was interesting that this is the first Nick Jr. film to be rated PG.
I'm surprised he only got PG.
Yeah, it must be
But
really
I guess
subtle or
because what's next? PG-13? I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite fit into PG-13, but
No.
I guess PG is right.
But also in the other review, we kind of glanced over, where he discussed like his 6-year-old. He had to like read the subtitles. I thought it was a weird choice to put subs in a kids film.
Yeah.
Although I guess because it's Spanish, so I don't know. I guess who was the demographic? Because it is one of those weird things where like
I don't think it's really young kids. I really think you're more close to the like 10, 11 kind of bordering maybe about 14. Anything above that, they would probably get annoyed at it or enjoy it less. But any younger than 10, and it gets lost on
That's
them.
why it's weird, because it's kind of for like us, people our age who are familiar with the cartoon, but familiar in a way where we appreciate like the humor and all the parodies around it.
Yeah, but it's also a little bit too childish for adults.
Yeah,
So,
it's in a weird area.
I think it's the...
Okay, well, regardless, we're not sure what the demographic is. I guess it's doing okay. So, and this was in the facts here where it said that the actress turned 18 on July 10th, 2019. So,
okay, good.
We're safe, boys.
Yes.
This says that Sasha Toro and Mark Weiner reprised their roles as the backpack and Matt from Dora the Explorer. My question was going to be like, where? Because her backpack is not sentient in the movie, but then they're doing the hallucination. Yeah,
I mean, it was long, but it was very comprehensive.
Yeah.
If a bit crazy because they don't know how to spell, but
This movie, apparently, Isabella Moner, who plays Dora, and Benicio del Toro previously appeared together in Sicario: Day of the Soldado 2018, a year earlier, which is that like cartel crime thriller. So I was trying to like come up with this idea of like Dora versus the cartel, or like she's got to find. Oh no, what it could be is she's got to find like where her like relatives been buried, or like help me find the pieces of my loved one.
Wow, that's dark.
I know that is. I just realized. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but these are the jokes. There is a statement from the Fox Council of America. It's fictitious. It has Swiper's face on the logo. At the start of the film, everything you're about to see is true, except that foxes don't swipe. That is a hurtful stereotype. Which that's a lie. That's what
That's a lie.
foxes do.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
They're opportunistic. That's
Yeah.
how they work.
Yeah. These lies from the Fox Council.
I know the foxes.
It paid off by the Fox Council.
Because think about it. Back in Peter Rabbit, who was dressed up all snazzy?
That's
It's
true,
the
the
fox.
fox,
The
yeah.
fox in the animal kingdom have all the money.
Yeah.
They can employ Peter Rabbit. They can employ, all the big assassins and things like that. So they have a firm grip, I would say.
Yeah, we need to take down the foxes. They're grown too powerful. They own the media. They own the real estate.
They own the banks.
Yes, down with the foxes. But hopefully Peter Rabbit will take them down because his sworn enemy is foxes.
We need to find...
Maybe.
Unless he's working for them because he is a merc. So who
I
knows?
think so.
We need to find a...
Delicioso.
All these foxes.
I was gonna say that, but we're cutting that out.
We're bordering a
We're
little
cutting
bit.
it. We're cutting that out.
We're bordering a lot. I think if anybody's going to take down the foxes, it would be Ferdinand and his crew.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'd be one of those, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Maybe this would be the rare occasion where Ferdinand and Peter Rabbit have to team up to take down the foxes.
Maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
That would be a cool thing to see. Like the forces of evil, the forces of good. We got to take down this big conglomerate of foxes who's spreading lies about what foxes do.
An international clique. of
Okay,
foxes.
so we're in goofs. Technically, that thing about the Fox Council, which will add them to our lore, I guess. that was technically a goof. It was a crazy credit, and this is the last goof. Continuity. When Dora and her friends are outside the city gates, the moon in the sky is half full. When they enter, it's completely full. So,
Well, that's kind of if you're a half full or fully full kind of guy.
are you a half moon or a full?
Or maybe they took a page of Lord of the Rings book where they approach the city gate and decide to spend several months outside partying and drinking, and after that they decide to enter to the gate.
Yeah, so this is from the book. Yeah, everyone forgets that in Lord of the Rings, the whole thing took years. Didn't it take Gandalf 9 years to come back to the Shire after he left them?
It took a
the first
long time.
Yeah,
It's like
everything.
Frodo stayed in the Shire several.
I think it was 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, I think it was 10 years.
Well, yeah, that's kind of not a great goof. I just didn't know if some kind of chrono magic was taking place, but I really doubt it.
Some little chronomancy going on.
Either that or it takes place in this weird universe where every day is way shorter.
Maybe.
It's like the Ray Bradbury story where the humans' lives, they're on some planet where they live a week, they age, they're born and they die within a week. I don't know.
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. I can't remember how it works, but so yeah, you can think about that while you're watching Dora. They'll all be dead soon. So
All right.
it's a bad joke. It's a really bad joke.
Time for, I think, it was questionable quizzes
Yeah.
or queasy quizzes. I found a good one, folks.
Oh,
It's
man.
what Dora the Explorer character are you? And it's from the website Brainfall. All right, so here's question 1. There's 12 of these.
I feel like my brain falls just taking these quizzes.
All right. Your friend has been driving for an hour and is completely lost. He finally asks for help. You tell him to stop, laugh hysterically. What makes you think you know where to go? Shrug your shoulders, grab a map, have a natural instinct for directions. So I feel like there's really only one option here. One semi-option that only works if you have a natural instinct for directions.
Laugh hysterically.
That's the one I would choose. Laugh hysterically. What makes them think you know where to go?
Yes.
If you're a psychopath, I think that's the answer. You know?
Yes, and
Yes.
we are. So let's do it.
And I have a poor sense of direction, so I'll probably just laugh and go.
A map is available.
Yeah.
Why
so-
haven't we been using that? It doesn't make any sense. We're just gonna laugh it off. You go camping with a group of friends. You are the one in charge of setting up the tent, bringing the booze, taking pictures, keeping the fire going, planning the hiking routes. I like how taking the pictures is a job that you're supposed to do.
Friend photographer. I love how this is a Dora the Explorer quiz and booze is involved. His name is Boots, not Booze.
The
But
robot
which
chicken.
one would we like to do, personally?
I guess keep the fire going because normally,
Yeah.
well, we made a lot of fires in our lifetime, and I just now realize
Yeah.
burning big logs, burning dead animals. Not animals we killed, animals that have died of natural causes that we have to clean up. So I guess we would keep the fire going. We're experts.
Yeah.
All right, we're experts. At
Yeah.
that, you know,
Because
we can-
we're also experts at putting out fires because we've almost burned down our property in the past multiple times.
when we laugh hysterically in the car and murder our friend, we can burn them up as well.
It's getting way. Wait, I didn't know this was going to get so sinister.
Your life goal for after college is to become an educator, to start your own website, to do whatever your friends are doing. Life goal, college, to work your way up the ladder.
It's the idea of I'll do whatever my friends are doing.
Yeah, because you know they're joining the army, so let's go join the army,
let's
guys.
do that. That's fun. Yeah.
So, what's our life goal collectively after college? I
make your
I was just gonna do what
website?
you were gonna do.
So that one is accurate. I don't know. I feel like
to start your own website is the closest thing we're doing right
yeah,
now.
it's in the vicinity of like running a podcast and trying to get a following and stuff. So I would say that.
Let's do that.
I love the idea of having no dreams. You just do whatever your friends.
Yes. Your high school reunion is in 1 month. You put together scrapbooks of the old gang. Exercise. Are proud of the accomplishments you've achieved and can't wait to hear about everyone else. Are the one organizing it. Have stayed in contact with everyone since graduation, so it's not really a reunion, but it will be fun.
How long?
Why can't we skip it? We don't have a high school reunion.
I have a high school reunion every day with all of you.
It's your homeschool. I don't know. I guess exercise. Be self-conscious. I don't know.
Exercise.
No,
I'd be
wasn't
doing
the
that
one
anyway.
that's true is that we kept up with everyone.
Technically, because we don't know anyone.
Because like I said, we were homeschooled, so as brothers, we are classmates, so we kept up with each other.
All right, so we're going to do that one. So,
May as well.
you are stuck in an elevator at your hotel. You start freaking out, sit down, locate the emergency phone, wait patiently for someone to come, start flirting with the cutie stuck with you.
All of the above. I freak out, I grab the emergency, I flirt, I sit on the ground.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
But no, I guess from the emergency phone.
That's
although
really the only option.
I'd probably be freaking out first, but
You're just stuck in an elevator.
you know, it could fall, and you could die.
I'm failing to see the bad parts of this.
Oh, it's a millennial suicide.
I know,
humor.
millennial suicide
Yay,
humor.
All right.
so much fun.
You need to borrow money for college. Who do you ask? The bank. Mommy, you're getting a scholarship, so you won't be in debt to anyone. Anyone who has a dime to spare. No one. You have been saving since you were 10 years old.
Mommy, can I have money for college?
Actually, yeah, we saved for college. I mean, I don't have student loan debt.
Mommy, I want to go to college. Mommy.
So no one, I guess. No, really, it's our parents who put us through college.
Yeah,
So
I guess
I think we're going to have to do
We
mommy.
have to do mommy.
Mommy.
Okay, we don't call her mommy.
Mommy!
Only when I want to mess with her, I say it.
Only villains in kids' films who have weird relationship with their mothers say mommy.
Alright, one of your biggest fears is not being prepared, being alone, being bored and unfulfilled, being responsible for a major task, not being in control of a situation.
Almond.
All the above.
Now, being alone, I'm okay with, you know.
Yeah.
All men fear the loss of control over their lives.
I know, being bored and unfulfilled.
Yeah, I guess that is. I don't want to be bored.
You don't like wasting away the apathy, you chump.
I mean, I guess it's not my greatest fear because it's my current existence, but...
Or millennial humor.
Yeah.
A characteristic that is a must for a partner is generosity, self-reliance, intelligence, positivism, happiness.
Positivism? Positivity?
Like they said positive.
I thought they were positively charged.
Positivism.
Well, intelligence is... as long as they're attractive, who cares if they're... but,
Listen, this as long as they're hot, I'm okay with it.
yeah.
What is positivism? That's the
Positivism.
positivism.
They have this religion that involves magnets. The religion of positivism.
Keep the positive to drive away the negative.
Yeah,
I guess happiness, because you wouldn't want to be like with somebody who's just constantly unhappy.
I was either that or generosity, because you want a generous lover.
Oh, that's right. Put that down, generosity.
Okay, we're going generosity then, I guess.
Well, I feel like generosity kind of encompasses like kindness and happiness to a certain extent. And you want a generous lover.
Why'd you say it like that?
All right, so
Because-
generosity. 'Cause we're a bunch of psychopaths, at least for this quiz. On Mother's Day, you always let your mom decide what she wants to do. Plan out an extravagant day just for you and your mom. Surprise your
Mommy.
mom with her favorite flowers. Rush out to the store to get a card at the last minute. Give your mom a card and flowers.
We do that a lot. We get her a card and flowers.
Yeah, it's the boring one.
Yeah.
Oh, we do. And it's all she
Flowers and
wants.
cards for you, Mummy.
When you go grocery shopping, you bring your coupons. End up getting a bunch of junk food. Buy all organic produce. Have a list. Get mostly microwavable dishes. I mean, some of those.
I think it's junk food mainly.
I mean,
It is
yeah.
vegan junk food, so it's, shades healthier.
Yeah, all that.
Healthier in
Health-
quotes.
yeah.
All right, end up getting a bunch of junk food.
All right. Good grief, how long is this quiz?
Last question.
Okay.
There's 12 questions. People describe you as friendly, creative, resourceful, sneaky, and motivated.
Okay, what was it? Resourceful, friendly,
Creative, resourceful, sneaky, or motivated.
Sneaky. I think we've done creative before.
Maybe resourceful.
Resourceful.
Maybe.
I guess because the fact we're recording a podcast on a cell phone.
Yeah. It kind of falls under creative, though. We do come up with some good stuff sometimes.
Sometimes I don't know this time, but sometimes.
But we're just really sneaky people.
It's too resourceful.
Alright.
We're gonna get Swiper if you do sneaky. We may anyways.
Well, Swiper sounds insane.
He is. Because he doesn't even want the things he gets. He just gets them and throws them.
You are backpack.
Oh, great.
When there is an emergency, you are it says get more quizzes and then it restarted. Okay, alright, we're back. When there is an emergency, you are the best person to have. Oh, it blocked me again. Stop it.
Okay, we're a sentient...
You are extremely resourceful and are never unprepared. Your helpfulness is appreciated by others, and friends always want to hang out with you. It's just because we chose resourceful, isn't it?
I think these quizzes are rigged where, 11 of the questions do not matter. It's always the last one that matters.
And you could even just see other results and just pick the one you want.
I know, that's my conspiracy. Internet quizzes are fake except for the last question.
Basically.
Okay, well, I think that's it for everything. So let's get into the news. Our pros and cons.
Star.
Okay. Cons. The film seems to get weaker as it goes on in terms of jokes and just the overall story. There's an ending group dance number, which according to our theorem, this is one of the worst varieties.
Yes.
They got Dora the Explorer's name wrong. Her middle name is not Explorer, it's The. The film has a little bit of cliche high school drama, or just the whole I want to fit in storyline. Because I did hear the fish out of water stuff is the better part, but maybe that whole the plot line is a little overused.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have many cons compared to other films.
You know what'd be funny is a person who's kind of weird and awkward. He's going to high school, but he wants to be kind of weird. He wants to stand up. When he gets there, everyone else is just like him. And he's just horrified.
Write that movie. Okay, so pros. It seems to be a fairly solid deconstruction of Dora the Explorer. Dora is Deadpool. She, I don't know where we got this, but she engages
she has a big old knife.
Yeah,
and she constantly breaks the fourth wall and stuff.
No, the Deadpool thing, yeah, but and apparently she knifes Swiper to death at the end of the film.
Yes,
we may have invented that, maybe not. Who knows?
Swiper mauled Boots to bits.
Yes,
so,
which we'll get to that.
A bit of a revenge story.
Evidently, there's a SpongeBob cameo. So I guess I'm thinking they're probably building the Nickelodeon film universe.
Nickelodeon franchise.
And then eventually we'll cross over with Marvel.
At the end it says Dora the Explorer will return and, whatever.
And SpongeBob.
Because I feel like, who would be the Nick Fury in this world? Assembling the Nick Avengers.
Face.
Yeah, it'd be Face.
He has an eye patch
You remember
now.
Face, or were you too young for Face?
Who's Face?
He used to be the basically the host of Nickelodeon.
I'm Nick Jr.
He was literally just a face, and he would bring up.
He would go, "Hey guys, Face here," and he would
Yeah.
change color and all that.
Yeah, now I
let's
remember
watch
him.
blah blah blah. Blue's Clues is on next. So yeah, he'd
He'd be an
Nick Fury.
all-encompassing void, though.
Well, or it'd be like on a screen or something.
He's a bit like Power Rangers.
Zordon.
Zordon, yeah. It's more of a Power Rangers thing rather than an Avengers thing. But
It'd be kind of
it's
a little
those-
of both. Borrow a little from each thing. It's possibly a revenge film, which I'm thinking it's looking like that, especially after what happens to Boots. Poor Boots. And then the movie is Tomb Raider for kids, which is interesting. It's possibly better than Seinfeld or Space Jam. And the casting is interesting. You got my neighbor Toro. You got Danny Trampoline. this whole nicknaming thing is not working out.
Danny Trampoline.
We'll do it. Okay, well, maybe it is working out.
It's Danny Trampoline.
That could be a Nick show.
Yeah, it could be.
And the movie
It could
also,
be voiced by him.
Yeah.
It'd be horrifying.
and the movie also had a lot of weird, surprising elements that I kind of applaud the filmmakers for, like Scorpion sex scene, which is a pro. It's a pro con as well. And there's a poop song, and Danny Trejo talks about puberty. All kinds of weird stuff. It's a drug trip. Okay, pros and cons. As we mentioned, Boots dies, which could be traumatic for some viewers, but it means that they're treating the audience with respect, introducing them to darker themes, not talking down to them.
Maybe when they do the whole crossover thing, like they reveal cyborg Boots, he just
like they bring
barely
him back.
survived, and they managed to, make him a cyborg.
Yeah, or that's like the first movie. We got to bring back Boots. Like,
Yeah.
we'll borrow from DC. We got to revive Superman.
There we go.
The film caters to furries, evidently, because Hamburger Man really likes Swiper. So it's a pro and a con that it caters to furries. And of course, for insectophiles, Scorpion love.
Mm.
All right, so using this, we have to give our rating. Excuse me, I'm drinking a carbonated water, so.
So, I think the weakness... Well, I don't even know if that's the case. Or at least the jokes got weaker as they went along. It seems like, at least from the trailer. I think that hurts it a little bit. But overall, I would rate it pretty positive. I'm like in a... let's give it a 67%. I'm going to go a little high there.
Yeah.
I like the ideas of the movie. I like the fact that it is... This kind of came out of left field for me. Because Luke said, hey, why don't we do the Dora the Explorer movie? I was like, Dora the Explorer movie? And I was thinking of something older. Like, there would be... And then I looked it up. I was like, there's a live-action Dora the Explorer? I was like...
Yeah.
So...
yeah. I meant to mention this, but this kind of got kicked off because College Humor, that YouTube channel, they did a comedy short of, like, realistic Dora the Explorer. Kind of like a Tomb Raider, and I think, according to the facts of like IMDb, that's what inspired it. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if this Nickelodeon decided to do their own thing and it was just incidental, but that would make sense. And maybe they saw the potential from that short. But I don't know. I was kind of hesitant to do this film just because I didn't have like strong feelings about it, but the more I've been hearing about it, especially from that long review that unveiled a lot of things, I'm seeing there's a lot to like here. I'm just worried that is not enough to like kind of maintain the momentum. Like it's got these few little moments, but then the rest of it's kind of just your boilerplate, like I want to fit in kind of kids movie.
Yeah. Actually, I think I had the perfect score for this movie.
Okay, well go ahead.
A flat 50%. Because people are saying that first half is good, and then it falls off.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 65. Which is kind of a boring score. I was thinking about giving it a 70.
Yeah.
I don't know if 70 is too good. Because I feel like I want to reward this movie for the little interesting twists it takes, the little flourishes. Because it could have just played it real safe, but it didn't. I'm going to give it a 70. Forget it. I'm gonna reward it for that. I don't know if like as a whole product it deserves a 70, but I'm rewarding it that just for the few things it did do.
Tabulate our collective score. 62.3 repeating.
All right. It's me, repeat the decimal.
Oh, Repeaty, you're back. You're our own map or boots
Yeah.
or backpack. You're kind of all of them, really.
All right, and what did Rotten Tomatoes give it? That's a ton of movies. I didn't realize there's a ton of animated movies for Dora.
We could do this forever.
Yeah. Okay, so the critics gave it an 83%, and the audiences gave it an 88%. So this thing
Wow.
is doing well, man.
Maybe it's just
You know,
the
we were-
actress.
Yeah, well, I think this a lot of dads going to the theater with their kids. But we were saying that maybe it was having trouble finding a demographic, but maybe that's the beauty of the film, is that it potentially hits every demographic.
Yeah.
So, I applaud you, Dora, in the Lost City of Gold. I probably will never watch you, but I applaud what you're doing.
Yeah.
Especially Scorpion Love.
It feels like a weird breath of fresh air. Like, almost. It's almost a breath of fresh air, but not quite, because it's still something that was pre-existing.
Yeah.
It's such a...
It's a sniff of fresh air, or
Yeah, it's just in such a
snort.
weird place as a product, I guess.
yeah.
And as art, as we like to, because we are art critics. I would
Yes,
say.
yes.
Very,
So I guess that the critics won this time.
yeah, because they were closer
Yeah.
to us.
All right, but you know what? It's pretty close either way. So no hard feelings this time around.
Yeah, we
mean,
don't have a vendetta against the audience this time.
No,
They didn't. They
did-
didn't disappoint us.
They did pretty good. All right, well, I think that's it for this episode of Much Review About Nothing. As usual, I'm going to put all our stuff in the description so
Yep.
you can email us and jump on our Twitters and complain to us and try to dox us. And
I'd wish we get complaints.
Yeah,
we
me
can't even
too.
get that.
Yeah,
I wish we get doxxed. I'm so lonely.
yeah.
Just get swatted. I'm like, hey, SWAT guys, can you just stay a little? I can make a pizza and we can watch a movie. You know.
And we have a Patreon. It's is it /MRAN?
Yeah.
Or, okay, so just look on Patreon for us, and we're gonna be putting like bonus material. But I think that's it. I hope we didn't forget anything.
I don't think so.
No, we
I
didn't
mean,
forget
important
anything.
Movies change lives. Let's not
Well,
watch a movie.
actually, no.
Oh, yeah, we didn't.
Did this slap any
Yeah.
lemons or limes?
I would say this slapped at the very least.
I'm not willing to give it a lime, but maybe a lemon or even an orange.
Maybe some other citrus.
Ironically, lemon usually means bad, but
Let's give it an orange.
give it an
'Cause
orange.
they were in a jungle,
yeah.
and I feel like oranges are sometimes in jungles. I don't know.
I like your reasoning. All
Okay.
right, so this movie slapped.
An orange.
And with that, I guess we'll sign off. I've been your host, Billy the... I got screwed up. I'm trying to think of like some sort of swiper analog, but
Oh, I thought you were going to be like Billy the podcaster or something like that.
I'm Billy the microphone.
Well, collectively, we are the backpack.
Yeah, oh, that's true. We are the backpack, but
We're the load.
Alright, well, let's just start this over. Alright, thank you for listening. I've been your host, Billy Greer.
We've been your co-hosts, Jake Greer.
And Luke Greer.
Bye.
Bye.
There's no blue cow.